lot of us remember Malik at Auburn, and then and it's always personality. It's always sometimes the circumstances, and you were close to his coach, so you know more about it than we do. But what happened between the time we saw him last in the SEC until what we recently saw and what everyone else saw recently at Pro Day?
Yeah, again, you said it just right. You never know what the circumstances are in other places or what's going on with people. Malik would be the first to say that he probably didn't approach everything the exact right way at Auburn. And Coach Malzahn, when Malik was trying to make his decision where to come, he was the first to speak of Malik's character and what kind of kid he was. And obviously the biggest unknown in all of this was, could this guy play quarterback or not, because he just had no significant snaps at all in the college game. And that was where, I ultimately had to just make a decision based on, my gut and what I thought our ability here to help an athletic kid like Malik become a good quarterback. And I've got a great quarterback coach in Ken Austin. And truthfully, if you look at, I have no idea that we are the coaches that can promote NFL quarterbacks all the time, but I do know that the numbers don't lie. And if you look at wherever I've been, whether it's Arkansas State, Ole Miss, or here, our quarterbacks have put up really good numbers. And we just felt like a kid like Malik could come in and help us win football games. But it was pretty quick into the process that we kind of started thinking it may be more than just that. He's pretty special.
Talking to Coach Hugh Freeze. Coach, if I could get beyond that for a moment, I would like your thoughts on the state of college football. You talk to coaches all the time, and you hear more than we hear, but even what little we hear publicly, because coaches want to be careful, it is a different world, and I think I'm being charitable in describing it that way. Where are we right now with not only NIL, but all kinds of chaos going on in the portal? It benefits some programs, but for a lot of coaches who have been in some of the places you've been and where you are now, it creates a lot of headaches.
Yeah, Paul, I'm at an age where I'm not chasing a whole lot of things. I'm at peace, and so I can speak pretty freely. It's troubling to me and to a lot of coaches. And I won't mention any names, but I was on the phone with two today, and we were just discussing how, man, we had no Christmas holidays because we were trying to manage either recruiting your current players to stay or trying to recruit others that are in the portal. And I think all of us are for the young men getting everything that they are deserving to get, and we're not against them receiving those things. I think, but all of us have these super concerns of exactly how does that happen, and who is monitoring exactly how it happens, and what that does to our locker rooms. And then we all, without a shadow of a doubt, I have not heard any that are certainly, we believe strongly there has to be some parameters that come around this transfer portal world in the timing of it and when it can happen, or we're setting ourselves up. I mean, just think about it. I could finish spring practice in 2 weeks and lose an entire position room, and I don't have the ability with the current setup to go and sign those initials because I've reached my limit in the past 12 months of my signing limit. So there's definitely some major hurdles I think that we're facing, and certainly we hope they get addressed pretty quick.
In terms of addressing it, what's the first step?
Well, the horse and cart have left the barn on the NIL, and there's no returning that now. Can there be some legislation placed around it to where it's somewhat managed and the manner into which it works? And truthfully, we at our university have not been involved in that yet. We have young men. Malik had a good NIL deal. We have others. Our offensive line has $200 from County Smoke Barbecue. They're excited about that. And but for the most part, at our level, we haven't really delved into that a lot. But there's going to have to be some type of legislative body that gets their arms wrapped around it. But to me, the first step has to be, the college commissioners coming together with the NCAA board and putting some type of parameters around the transfer portal to where it is you absolutely know every single year this is when it could occur to you, so that you have a halfway chance of managing your roster. And then I think they have to change some of the way they put the signing limits on your initials, or you're never going to, because everything you talk about is player safety, player safety, player safety. But the current rules for the setup of the signing, you can't ever seem to recover to get back to your 85 should you be ravaged by the transfer portal at some certain times during the year.
Talking to Coach Hugh Freeze. Coach, before you go, I would like to ask you about yourself, and I know it's always awkward to talk about yourself while you have a job, but your name always pops up for openings. There's always a little bit of a mystery about that subject. Could you address where you are right now? I know you're happy at Liberty. I know you just have a new contract, but where are you in terms of the rest of college football?
It would take something extremely special for me to consider leaving here. Jill loves it here on the mountain. My kids love it here on the mountain. My daughter is my personal assistant here, and you can't do that just everywhere. And I'm just so blessed with a great administration here.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.